before we get in this episode, can you do us a favor? Will you go ahead and subscribe to the channel?
Will you ring that notification bell?
And if you would, give this video a like. Well, enough of that mumbo jumbo. Let's get to the episode.
Let's talk developmentally speaking, glow up, and connecting through wrestling.
Hey everybody, I'm Morty.
And I'm Brian.
And on today's episode of Connecting Through Wrestling, we have the Thrillbilly, Silas Mason. Silas, how's it going?
Man, when you're living the dream, baby, every day is great. When you're a Mr. Dr. the Thrillbilly, Esquire.
Wow. At one time, I had Esquire at the end of my name as well. Yeah,
Oh, a fellow man of distinction.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nice.
So I'm going to start off with the same question I ask everybody, and I'm
8 inches. I told you this last time. Why do they keep asking?
Okay. Not that, but what made you want to get into professional wrestling?
Yeah, so, again, for those listeners who don't know, I very rudely had to leave the podcast the first time. So we have a little bit of a rapport here. Chop it up with these gentlemen before, so it'll be a little fast and loose. I watched Ultimo Dragon in La Parca. It was on an old school, back when TVs weren't flat. It was one of those like old cathode rays TVs. I was sitting way too close to it. And it was La Parca and Ultimo Dragon. And I thought, those are superheroes in real life, man. I want to do that. And then Macho Man came on and sold me some Slim Jims, so that's why I eat the protein.
Absolutely. I mean, in Macho Man, you know, for me, Macho Man is the reason why I got into professional wrestling. He was, like you said, he was a superhero. He's larger than life. And that's what, you know, yeah, the athletic part of it's cool, but I've always loved the larger than life characters, just because that's what makes it different than other sports. Is these people are, it's like watching a Marvel movie happen in front of you.
Right. And I mean, it's like that in other sports too, though. Like, just look at a guy like, I mean, nowadays it'd be Patrick Mahomes, but like a guy like Deion Sanders, primetime. That was 100% a wrestling gimmick, man.
Oh, yeah.
Like, primetime, like, and the fact is he was cocky, he was arrogant, and he could back it up on the field, man. Like, those are the magnetic personalities people are drawn to. And it had like Muhammad Ali, got Mike Tyson, my personal favorite fighter ever, Chael Sonnen. He talked people into the building, man. Like that's the thing, is like people are drawn to those magnetic personalities.
Before we ask the next question, I just have to say that I do respect a good set of mutton chops. Yeah, for sure.
Hold on a sec. Yeah, that's the right side of the camera. Okay, look at those, baby.
Yeah. So
again, men of distinction. We're classy guys.
Yeah, I've been known as the mutton chop millionaire for years now. So
we could start a ska band just like that, brother.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I mean,
we just have a little bit more self-respect.
Right here.
Oh no. Well, I do play the electric skin flute. Just don't let anyone tell you that.
Whoa.
Lead and rhythm. Lead and
it's
rhythm.
Electric.
Multi-talent. Oh.
Oh man. Wow.
So at what point did you decide that you were going to pursue this dream?
Well, I was a very foolish young child. Still maybe a very foolish young man, but that is yet to be seen. I started on the wrestling team. I went to William Blount High School in Blount County, Tennessee. And I got on the wrestling team because I watched guys like Kurt Angle, Chris Benoit, like all these dudes who had an amateur. I read all of Mick Foley's books, and he talked about how him and Kevin James from King of Queens were on the same wrestling team together in Long Island. Like, that's crazy. I loved King of Queens, and Kevin James is great. I don't care what anyone says. But so I got on the wrestling team and stuff like that. And I would say that was really when my my wrestling journey started, honestly, because I won state for no reason. I thought you had to get good at amateur wrestling to be a professional wrestler. So I just beat everybody, and I was better than everyone else for no reason, just because I literally was undefeated my freshman year whenever I took state.
Wow.
But yeah, I'm the best, man. Wham! Look at that. But yeah, also working a construction job when you're like 14 years old will make you a lot stronger than most people. But the way I found out about wrestling was a Facebook ad of all things. Like, I didn't have internet until I went to college, and yes, I am college educated. Don't have a degree, but I went to college, so it still counts, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Another
uh,
thing we connect on: educated without a degree.
who needs who needs that piece of paper, man? I got it right here. This thing ain't just for holding dope hats, which you can find. Look, choose death. That's a necro butcher hat. I hate deathmatch wrestling. Love death metal. You can find it at angrylemonade.net. That's my merch guy. That's who's get a free plug in there. But
Absolutely.
so I didn't have internet until I was in college, and I literally just saw a Facebook ad. The crown jewel of the Southeast, Chase Owens, had a little seminar thing, and for people who don't know, he's the job guy for the Bullet Club. He'll like that I said that. Just gonna get a little rib for
I've been on a few shows with Chase. Yeah, I'm sure
I
you
love
love
Chase,
that.
man. He's a good guy. But no, he broke me into the business, and it was one of those things where, and he'll corroborate this story. Um, it was like 50 people there, but I'd already done, like I said, I was on the wrestling team. I do jujitsu. I did judo at the time. So I already knew how to take all the bumps, do all the rolls, and everything like that. And out of like all 50 people, he picked 3 people to train. And out of those 3 people, I was the only one dumb enough to show back up for the next training session. So
Wow,
it's kind of how I got started into it.
man, that's crazy. That he out of like 50 people, he picked three. One showed up after that. So like to be those other two people that didn't show up, what a bitch move.
No, no, no. This is a tough business, man. It ain't for everybody. Some
Well, I
people,
I understand that.
and when I first was training with Dr. Tom, man, I always tell this, but if someone's not meant for the business, I say they should go manage a Kroger. There's nothing wrong with managing a Kroger, nothing at all. It's just that that's better suited for some people. Because when I went to Dr. Tom's school, JPWA, Knoxville, Tennessee, um, there's 2 people that showed up for that class, me and some skinny little dweeb. And so the next day, after we hung out with Doc and everything, the kid had called Doc and said, "Hey man, they're promoting me to general manager at this Kroger store. I get free health. I get all that health care and stuff like that." Which for some reason, health care is tied to employment in this country, but we'll get to that later. And he making a lot of money, like $75,000 a year. And Doc's like, "Hey man, making good money doing that. Go do that." And that's kind of how it is, man. Like, I don't begrudge anybody for not getting into this business, because until you're making money like I'm making, it's a tough journey.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Yeah, I I guess my thought process behind that was that those 47 people, how many of them actually wanted it, and then to
Mm.
have two of the three that, well, I don't want it. I could have it if I want. I don't want it. That's
Well,
what I was thinking along those
well,
lines.
if you ain't got want, you won't.
Right.
It's
And
true.
they didn't. So Devin Dixon, my tag team partner, came up with that one. He's a Native American, so he has wisdom. You know.
Yeah.
All the
But
wisdom.
oh yeah, no, but that's the thing, man. Is like, you have to have. And some people are like, "Oh, I'll die for this." I ain't dying for this, y'all. I'm living for this. It's one
Mhm.
of those things. It's like, I'm gonna be better off if I keep pursuing it. And you just have to have that pursuit, man. You gotta have that dog in you.
Hmm.
And some people ain't got it. And if they ain't, that's fine. And they can. There needs to be managers at Kroger's. You know.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So you went to training and then you trained with Dr. Tom. So how was training with Dr. Tom down there?
Man, talk about a guy who were cut from the exact same cloth. I love that man. I would take a bullet for Dr. Tom, dude. Um, he has made every mistake you can make. He's made every success that you can have, besides, obviously being like main eventing WrestleMania. But he's trained everybody who has, or everybody who could. Like, the big ones, me, number one, his favorite student. Uh, this guy Dwayne Johnson, he trained him. Kurt
Mhm.
Angle, dude, he trained him. Mark Henry, somebody's going to get their wig split. I used to live in Memphis. Love 3-6 and Project Pat, by the way. Um, like, he's trained, and like now in NWA, Master or Adonis, Aaron Stevens, Trevor Murdoch didn't have to go to developmental, so he's not a Dr. Tom guy. But you know what I'm saying? Most of the roster there has been trained at some point in their careers or another by Dr. Tom. Like that guy, this thing ain't. This is where his brain is, man. And if you ever watch any of his matches, he always points to where his brain is. And he's done it all, and it's one of those things. He shows you everything. Like the wrestling is this much of wrestling, you know. Like he shows you all the stuff outside of that, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And he's definitely up, up there with him, Rip Rogers, Les Thatcher. They're all those are my big three when it comes to trainers that are just amazing.
Right, and a lot of these indie guys will go. I heard someone cut a promo the other day. Oh, I didn't use my trainer to get a name for myself. I did it all myself. It's like, dude, the reason why in this business you want to know who your trainer is because it's a business of networking and personalities and people. And it's like it's a small world, man. Like it's like 4 degrees of Kevin Bacon or 3 degrees of Kevin Bacon, but it's like 1 degree. My degree is Dr. Tom, and through Dr. Tom, I know everybody in wrestling. And if they know that I'm a Dr. Tom guy, they know that I know what I'm doing. And so it's one of those things. It's like you're trusting your body by going in there with another guy, or girl, or anything, and that's why you want to have a good accredited. I wrestled for 5 years before I trained with Dr. Tom. Like I've been all over the country training, but it was Dr. Tom that people were like, oh, this guy actually. I knew what I was doing before a little bit, but Dr. Tom really helped me figure out what it was. So he'll hate me putting him over so much in this podcast, but he'll hate it. He'll hate it.
Yeah, that's. I actually have his email. I've been wanting to get him on here, so we'll ask him. If he, how much he likes his favorite student, the Thrill.
Oh yeah, no, he loves Big Daddy Thrill. Hold on a second, I gotta show you guys. Look, oh, there it is, the camera. NWAmerch.com. They would get mad at me if I didn't say it. Look at those large, buxom man breasts. Oh no, I still like that part.
Big buxom man breasts.
Big buxom man breasts.
That's so big.
That was appropriate. I didn't use any foul language there.
It's absolutely appropriate. So, sponsored by Monster, I see over here. Is that?
Oh no free advertisement. I messed up by moving the camera. I had it perfect the last time. Why I screwed up? There we go. I'll sit lower in the chair. It'll be fine.
So, what were some of the stepping stones to getting to the NWA?
Well, how much of one of these gimmicks do we want to make this?
We kind of blur the line.
Blur the line. All right. Well, God chose me of everyone in the entire world. There are millions and millions of people, man, and He picked one of them to be the Thrillbilly. He chose me. He chose me, handpicked me. He called me up. He said, brother, you're the greatest professional wrestler of all time. I said, what about Terry Funk? He's like, what does my dad have to do with this? No, brother, you're the man. Yeah, Terry Funk is God's dad in my book. I love the Funkster. I got a picture. It's the Lord Jesus Christ, the Rock and Roll Express, Terry Funk, in that order. But no, but for real though, like I'll just go ahead and say this as I poorly adjust my camera. I do not have the greatest handle of technology. No, so I'd broken my leg in August 28th, 2021. And by broke my leg, I mean I literally snapped my femur in half. Like this one right here. This very leg was snapped in half, dangling in some podunk ring in North Carolina. For little to no money. It was wonderful. And they literally, like, they were coming to Knoxville in June. It was my third ever match back from breaking my leg. And my tag team partner, Devin Dixon, said, because I was told I would never wrestle again. I was told to not do jiu-jitsu. I was told that, my athletic days were behind me. And I didn't take the doctor's advice, and I didn't take the critics or anyone else's advice, and I foolishly, some might say, went ahead with it. And so they were coming to Knoxville, and I thought, well, I know Dr. Tom. I'd gotten back to training. My third ever match back from training was against Luke Hawx in my hometown of Knoxville, Tennessee. And Billy Corgan came up to me and said, Mr. Thrillbilly, sir, because he was excited to meet me. He was really excited to meet me. He had heard so much,
Mhm.
and just as I could see the like he's kind of bald and he does the whole like vegan thing, so he didn't
Mhm.
have much. But oh no, it's ruining my story. But so he was so excited to meet me. I saw the little hairs on his arms stand up when he was just inches away from greatness. And he said, "Sir, we have to have you in Nashville for these TV tapings." I said, "Well, Billy," I call him, we're on a first name basis now. I call him Billy. And I said, Billy, I don't know, man. You're gonna have to make it a little bit worth my while if I'm gonna be driving all the way out there to Nashville, one of those big cities like Nashville.
Mhm.
People are crazy out there. They do anything. Cats, dogs, marrying each other. It's wild. But so I packed my bags up, went to the big city. And I haven't looked back ever since.
It's awesome.
Excelsior, going forward, baby.
Oh yeah. So how
Also sponsored by Topo Chico, so ranch water.
so how has it been your time in the NWA? What's the goal here?
The World's Heavyweight Championship. What else would the goal be?
Well.
Tyrus's ass is mine. And I'm gonna eat that ass. Oh, I'm gonna eat it all up.
Ranch
Bet
dressing or
on it.
anything, or just
Blue cheese. I'm a blue cheese man.
okay. All right,
Oh yeah.
next.
I like that mold. A little
Yeah.
stank on it. Put a little stank on that ass for me, Tyrus.
Oh,
And your
hey,
little dog too.
I like the confidence. Absolutely,
Mhm.
the
Dude,
confidence. You
here's the
got to
thing,
have it to
man.
be a champion.
Would I go manager Kroger? No.
Right.
I'm too big. They'd be scared. Imagine them coming up to me asking me, aisle five, where's the rice cakes? Where's the I'd run them out of the building just walking up to them.
Do I
People
look
stop
like I
me
eat rice
everywhere I
cakes?
go. Do what?
Do I look like I eat rice cakes, then flex, and they run out of the building?
Well, if you take out the rice, it does look like you eat cakes.
Oh,
Oh
I was talking about you, but I can't eat
no,
cakes.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying, Daddy. Hey, I wouldn't be laughing too hard if I was you either, pal. You both.
Oh.
I'm messing with you guys. I'm messing with you guys. You're both handsome young men. We're all on the come up, man.
I mean,
But
I've lost 65 pounds. I'll have you know,
dude,
in 12
congratulations, man.
weeks.
It's hard.
65 pounds in 12 weeks.
That's that's crazy. What were you like just doing restricted eat?
Uh,
Like
it,
what was your program?
it's a program called Optavia.
Okay,
Yeah,
we can
it's
make this a
short.
lifestyle podcast too.
Yeah, 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 for sure. But yeah, it definitely it's changed my life. I got up to my heaviest. I got up to like 453 pounds, man.
Man.
It was bad. It was real
Well,
bad.
well, dude, and that's the thing too. Like I I'm 265 right now. Whenever I broke my leg, I got to 320. I was just drinking all the time, like not able to work out. Not like I said, they told me I would never wrestle again. My dream had
Mhm.
died.
Right.
Like so I got real depressed and was just eating like crap. And got to like 320, and I got down to 270 in 5 weeks because I did 1,500 calories a day OMAD. So that's one meal that's 1,500 calories. It was very unhealthy. I shouldn't have lost the weight that quick because then I put it back on. But now I've healthily lost the weight, and over like
Mhm.
since November, I lost 40 pounds because I got back up to 302 before New Orleans. And then they offered me my contract. I signed it, and I thought I should take this more seriously and be more
Mhm.
professional. And I did, and I focused on diet, exercise, and personal health and fitness.
That's
And now
awesome.
I am the man I am today.
That's fabulous. Yeah, that's great.
Oh
That's
yeah.
great. Um, so, of course, the next step is to get that heavyweight title.
Hmm.
Um, what
Any title.
any title?
The heavyweight championship is the goal. Right now, I'm at like Tom Latimer has the TV title.
Mm-hmm.
He's a jack dude. It looks great around his waist, man. But I'm a real jack dude too, and it'll look even better around mine. That masked goof Scion. a dude with a mask walking around. You're supposed to be the National Wrestling Alliance's national champion, right? Representing this country. How are people going to know that you're representing if they don't know what you look like? You're walking around in a mask, and you got an old woman named Austin Idol following you around. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you want a guy like me,
Yeah.
a true visionary, a super genius, carrying that title and representing this country as it should be represented. And then after that, once I can prove that I represent this country, I'll represent the entire world as our world's heavyweight champion. Together, the people's world heavyweight championship.
Now, yeah. Now let's touch on one more thing. Pollo Del Mar. How
Mhm.
did you go with her?
Well, again, if we're doing one of these numbers, it started out as a joke. They took it as a joke because they thought, and now they're doing all this crap legislation in Tennessee about banning drag queens and stuff. And it's a foolish and mean spirited bill. And that's all I'll get into about that.
Right.
And so it started out as a joke because no one took Pollo seriously. No one took Pollo seriously, and they thought, hey, here's some big, dumb redneck we can put this drag queen with, and maybe we'll get a laugh out of it. Well, guess what? We're the ones laughing now, boys.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're the ones laughing now. We're the most talked about on there. It's Cardona and Pollo are the two most talked about. Look at the Nuff Said Twitter thread. Look at the Nuff Said Reddit.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. I mean, I don't understand the whole concept of them making it a joke when if you look at classic wrestling, wasn't it the Boogie Woogie Man Jimmy Valiant and
I love the Boogie Woogie Man.
hang on, what was his? It was Ronnie Garvin dressed up as a woman, right?
Oh yeah. And the thing is, Pollo, man, Pollo has this encyclopedic knowledge of professional wrestling and of the I wasn't I like older women. You know what I'm saying? I like older women. I wasn't around back then, you know. So I didn't get to see a lot of it live. I had to go back and like find it and research it. But all that old stuff, man, it's controversial. Things that are controversial that get people going. Like that's like so when we debuted, they didn't know me from Adam. They knew Pollo. Pollo's over on Twitter. They didn't know me from Adam. But they go and they see this giant, studly man beating the tar out of some goof with a bald head who's ugly and I don't like. And they were like, man, what? And all these people on Facebook, well, what's she doing with him and all this kind of crap and just running their mouths, you know? Like, but that mouth running made us the second highest viewed thing, again, besides Matt Cardona. People on the internet love them some Matt Cardona. You know what? I wouldn't mind tussling with him either.
Yeah, it'd be a good time.
Absolutely.
That'd be a hell of a matchup.
Yeah, I'd fuck him till he loved me.
Oh.
To quote Mike Tyson. That's my one F-bomb.
Hey, that means it's PG-13 because we have one F-bomb in that PG-13 movie. So there you go. That's great. That's fabulous.
You can quote me on that.
So, I know you've already done a little bit of this, but I would like to give you a chance to plug your merch again, so that we can one more time.
Well, it's angrylemonade.net on Instagram and Twitter. He is Angry Lemonade. The man is amazing at what he does. We have a partnership and a deal. He designs, like I said, he does these really nice hats. They're high quality. He gives me like a bunch of them anytime I go there, and he's just like, hey, check this out. Like, I got a sweet Bam Bam Bigelow hat. He's got an awesome, it's like a Colonel Sanders done up like the Legion of Doom. The guy's he's a funny dude, and he's really creative. And so he comes up with that. And yeah, he does all my merch, everything. Thrillbilly threads. We got a really sick one coming out. It's like inspired by House of a Thousand Corpses and stuff. Jedi Jack Yeti. Jedi Jack Yeti did the design, and Angry Lemonade's the one who's doing it all up. He does most of my designs, but also we're both creative guys, so we like to go outside the box and find other people to collaborate with.
Yeah, I took a look at his website. I love the stuff he's made for you.
Hmm.
He's just started with AJ too. I saw.
I know. I told him it was a bad business decision.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
It's like you want to keep going up. You don't. I'm just messing with AJ. I'm just messing with AJ.
If there was any
It,
advice you could give somebody, oh, go ahead. Go ahead. I apologize.
oh no, I was also going to plug my Instagram and my Twitter. I'm
Go
trying to
right
get
ahead.
over on Twitter, boys.
Go right
I'm
ahead.
trying
Absolutely.
to. I don't use the platform though. I don't really know how it works, but I'm trying. So go to Thrillbilly TCB. The TCB stands for Taking Care of Business, and that business is hurting folks. And baby, that business is a booming. Now go on with your question about the
Okay, so
advice
before
I
you
would give
start,
people.
you said TCB. That was an Elvis thing. So
Hmm.
Elvis fan. I mean, you got the sideburns. I mean, you're from Tennessee. You've got. I mean, before we, what's your
Keep
favorite Elvis
going.
song?
No, stop. Keep going. No, stop. Keep going. No, keep putting me over saying I look like Elvis. I love it. Favorite Elvis song? Hmm. I would be remiss if I did not say Hound Dog, because my brother, whenever we were kids, did the talent show, and we had a hound dog named Smokey, and he had the big old ears, and he did it in a Canadian tuxedo with a little hound dog next to him, like all nervous, like he ain't nothing but a hound dog. I know. Just love that.
I love it.
He's not the performer I was, but I was like 6 years old at the time, so I didn't do it.
That's awesome.
Oh yeah, love me some Elvis, dude. He was the king. Listen, he was the king, right?
Hmm.
Hmm.
Only two kinds of people know karate: the Chinese and the king, and one of them's me, pal. I'm basically Elvis. If you really think about it, I'm a trendsetter. I'm an innovator. I'm a superstar. I've changed the world, and I will change this culture and make it a much better place than I left it.
I like it. I
Oh yeah.
like it. That's a very good goal to have is to make leave this world a better place than when you came into it.
Well, the biggest goal is to buy my mama her house. And my mama watches everything I do, man. Every single match that Thrillbilly has, my mama watches it. And whenever I step in that ring with Tyrus, well, I hate to disappoint my mama. So I gotta beat him, and I gotta win that World's Heavyweight Championship.
Hmm. I would, and
That's
I
all
would
there
love
is
to
to
see
it.
it.
Absolutely. If there was any advice you could give to anybody on getting into professional wrestling, what would it
Don't
be?
do it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. Get out now while you have a chance. You crazy bastard. What are you doing? No, man. Take it seriously. Take it like have fun.
Hmm.
You want to have fun doing this, but this is it's professional wrestling, man. Like, and what does that mean? That means you know you have to. I get up at 6 a.m. every single day, no matter what, and I work out. I watch my diet. I train like it's the last day my heart's going to be pumping on this earth, because I take this seriously. I take it very seriously, and if you're not willing to take it seriously and you're not willing to dedicate, do you think NFL players? I mean, some of them are, yeah. But do you think the really good ones, the starters, the Patrick Mahomes, the Travis Kelce's, Peyton Manning, all number 18, number 16 here at the University of Tennessee? Uh, Man, do you think that he, you know, didn't take it seriously? No. Like they were incredibly talented, and they're incredibly athletic and incredibly smart individuals, but it's the work ethic that'll get you there more than anything, and it's the seriousness with which you take it that'll get you there. And that's the thing. I just started taking it seriously. Serious as a heart attack. And that's what you got to do if you're going to succeed in this business. No matter what you're doing, no matter if you're I love me some Blake Christian, that guy takes it seriously. We don't wrestle the same kind of style. We don't
Hmm.
wrestle for the same kind of company, but and we're very very different guys. But he takes it seriously, and that's what you have to do if you're going to do this and make a living at it, like I do. If you just want to wear kick pads and gym shorts and say you're a 40-mile hero, well, go for it, man. There's plenty of those guys. But if you want to be a true superstar like me, you'll listen to my advice. And that's free advice for these people. Free. Or are you charging people for this podcast?
No, it's free.
Oh, well, that's free. Hey, look at us.
Well, I want to tell you thank you for taking the time to talk with us today. I know it's got to be a very busy life being the Thrillbilly. So
It is, man. It is. But I take it one day at a time, like the
Mhm.
alcoholics say.
Thank you so much for coming on.
I appreciate you boys. Take it easy, all right?
Thank you.
Hey everybody, it's Morty.
It's Brian.
And thank you for watching today's episode of Developmentally Speaking.
If you could, please click that subscribe button.
And don't forget to punch that bell icon so you can get notified whenever we go live or drop a new video every Monday. Well, thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you on the next
Developmentally Speaking.